Hello, this is John from mybrainongames.com, and I'm here to continue playing the Sega 32X. Today I'm going to be playing Star Wars Arcade, one of the platform's launch titles. Yesterday I played Zaxxon's Mother Base 2000, a shoot-'em-up, and today I'm playing another shoot-'em-up of sorts this time, Star Wars Arcade. This was based on the game of the same name, Star Wars Arcade, released by Sega as an arcade game, obviously, in 1993. Like I said, this was a launch title for the 32X, so I believe this came out in 1994, year after. I don't really know that much about this Star Wars Arcade game. I've played a lot of the sequel, Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, I believe it's called, that came out in the late 90s. PJ Gamers, local arcade, they had one, and it was a pretty fun game. So I would hope that this game's pretty fun too. And here we've got the classic Star Wars. What is this? Text crawl? Is that what they would call it? A text crawl? Anyways, I don't think. I just watched all of the Star Wars movies together for the first time at the beginning of this year. I'd seen maybe all of the. Well, I'd seen one of them for sure. And of course, I've played a lot of Star Wars video games. I kind of grew up on the Rogue Squadron games, so I know basically all of the key points or the key scenes from the Star Wars movies, but I never really seen the movies. And I wanted to correct that. This year I've kind of been doing a deep dive on movies and kind of broadening my entertainment horizon. Broadening my cultural understanding, as it were. And one of the things I wanted to do is watch all the Star Wars movies. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, there's no options. We're just getting straight into it. We get to choose a game. 32X, Super 32X, Enhanced Star Wars with extended and more challenging levels, or Arcade, just the Star Wars Arcade game. We're playing on the 32X, so we're going to go ahead and do 32X. And looks like, I think this is the game's two-player mode. It's cool this game has a two-player mode, by the way. Pilot, or Pilot and Gunner. I think in the Pilot and Gunner, just flipping through the manual earlier, and even just from the name, I think one person pilots the ship and then one person does all the shooting. But I'm flying solo on this video, so I'm just going to do the pilot. And looks like if you do two-player, you're going to pilot the Y-Wing, whereas solo play is the X-Wing.
Attention all wing pilots. Stand by to receive orders.
Okay, well, there's Admiral Akbar in his mouth's 2 frames of animation.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Okay. Let's see, I am using the 6-button 32X controller for this game. Just doing a little bit of reading in the manual beforehand, it seemed like that would be advantageous to the 3-button. It looks like it does use all of the buttons. It looks like, what is this, X? X changes, well, it looks like X maybe changes the camera sometime, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. Looks like Y are my are those my protons, or is that just tracking? I wonder what that was. I wonder if that was a pickup. C is firing. I believe A and B speed up and slow down. Yeah, looks like B maybe speeds up, A slows down. So I got one behind me. It's cool that the game incorporates the radar on the dash. Got him. It's telling me to slow down, but if I've got the buttons down correctly, I don't think I can slow down. The buttons in the UI, at least. Yeah. Because to the left of the radar, we can see that little green bar. If I press B, that moves up, and it looks like I speed up. A will slow me down somewhat. Okay, did we get him?
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Okay, 20 star. We gotta take out 20 TIE fighters. Got some Star Destroyers in the background now. And I love the Rogue Squadron games. I think the N64 game, the first one, that was probably one of the first games that really sunk my teeth into in a big way. I started gaming on the SNES and the original Game Boy, but I can recall so much time spent with that first Rogue Squadron game. It's kind of challenging. So I got both of those, but I expended 3 of my missiles. Doesn't tell you how many you've taken down, does it? And it is just switching the camera on me automatically. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if maybe my controller port's all messed up. I do have a Genesis that has a wonky controller port. I actually just exchanged this one before I started recording all these videos, because all I've been playing lately are Genesis and 32X games. So I got 84. Okay, yeah. Never mind. I thought I was onto something, but I really wasn't. No, I was. I think those icons above my radar are how many TIE fighters I have left. Sure enough, 1 left. There it is. Yep. Okay, got that level done. Or at least that part of this level. Got the high score, 2.
Wipe out enemy
Okay,
fighters.
25. Surely this game is not just destroying TIE fighters. It's kind of annoying that it's just switching the camera angle on me. Okay, yeah, I've got something wrong with this controller because I did not fire those proton torpedoes. Maybe it's this controller, not the controller port. This is a third-party controller. Oh, great. Yeah, just fire those. Yeah, just fire those off. At least they recharge. Alright, got him. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that one though. La-di-lo. Probably could have took that one out just with my normal weapon fire, but oh well. Okay, just about down to 1 line of them left. Am I supposed to try and shake them whenever they're behind me? Am I supposed to slow down so they get in front of me? I'm not really noticing that slowing down is getting it done. Okay, 4 remaining. 3 remaining. Got about 30 seconds. I gotta hurry up and get these guys shot down. 2 remaining. Got some behind me. 1. Got 1 left. 10 seconds. Got him. Okay, message from Admiral.
Storm the Imperial Death Star and wipe out enemy fighters.
Lock S-files and attack positions.
3 leaders standing by. They're coming in. 3 marks at 210. Watch it, you've got one on the tail.
Okay, I'm taking down these turrets. No, still going after X-Files. Still going after X-Files. I've watched a lot of X-Files this year, too. Still going after the TIE fighters. Caution, slow down. I'm literally going as slow as I can. At least I think I'm going as slow as I can. Okay, no shields left. Ooh, I bit the dust. The bar theme. JHE. 32%. Okay, before we continue, I'm going to unplug this controller and try plugging it back in. Probably shouldn't have waited so long to hit continue. Probably could have done it during this section. Okay, at least it kind of saved our position.
The Imperial Death Star and wipe out enemy fighters.
Lock S-files and attack positions.
3 leaders standing by. They're coming in. 3 marks at 210. Watch it, you've got one on the tail.
Took 2 out early. That'll count towards my goal. Bumping the tables. I'm trying to get resituated. What do we got here? Oh, something I can't destroy with my normal weapon fire. Something I probably have to fire proton torpedo at. Proton torpedo. Sure enough. Stage has a lot of stuff to contend with. I wonder how good the actual arcade version looked graphically. I wonder how much of a step down in quality this was, because I'm sure it was some. And this was still during the, this was the mid-90s. This was still the period where arcade games graphically just reigned supreme, generally. Not saying there weren't bad-looking arcade games. As a rule of thumb, most of them generally dominated their console peers in the audio-visual department. Man, I got 20 seconds left. I'm not going to get enough TIE fighters shot down. It's like I'm gonna get close. They really got a lot for me at the end. I don't know why I'm entering in my initials. It's not like this is gonna save once I turn the system off. But hey, you got to, I guess, right? So I got 1 credit remaining. Let's go ahead and continue. Got farther. Seemed like I got much farther than 40%, but I think that's just an indicator that there's more to this stage after I destroy 30 TIE fighters.
Form the Imperial Death Star and wipe out enemy fighters.
Get to the Imperial Death Star and wipe out enemy
Look at
fighters.
balls attack positions.
Three leaders standing by. They're coming in. 3 marks at 210.
I like how it's supposed to be different people speaking, but it looks like it's just the same talking head. Okay, let's get down to it. Oh, it looks like if I hold the slow down button, I actually can slow down farther, or slow down more than what I am currently going. Seems like the gun towers that are lower to the ground are more deadly than the ones up high. So what, have I lost R2-D2 twice now? Okay, 70 seconds. Barely halfway there. Okay, come on. 10 seconds. Gotta get a lot here. Not gonna get it. Okay, it looks like this is my last shot.
Lock S-balls and attack positions.
Three leaders standing by. They're coming in. 3 marks at 210. Watch it, you've got one on his tail.
Well, I'm gonna start out with no benefit. 30 needed. 30 to go. Slow down. I'm trying. It's not letting me. Which is just great because now I'm running into all these towers and I'm bottoming out on the Death Star. So, I mean, just reading through the manual earlier, I know that the 32X mode and the arcade mode have different stages, but I wonder if this stage replicates any found in the arcade game. Because this seems like a stage really designed to eat your quarters. So, I mean, I don't know, you know, I've literally been playing this game for 20 minutes. I have no experience beforehand with this title. So I'm not saying I'm like the best or anything, but I don't know a strategy. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just don't know the strategy I'm needing to find all these TIE fighters or kind of get to them more readily, but it seems like a stage maybe just designed to eat your money. And I cannot slow down any further. I don't know if that's the controller malfunctioning again, or if it's the controller port, or whatever it is, or what the case may be, but... I'm not even gonna get close this time, like, this is a lost cause. Some behind-the-back action for this last 10 seconds. And I do like how they really start coming out of nowhere whenever you're about to end the stage. You know, I wish they were more prevalent throughout the entirety of it, instead of just, you know, the portion where it doesn't really matter anymore, or the portion where it really would matter if you just need that one or two. But I did underestimate the power of the dark side. Well, hey, look at that. I got the top 4 spots on the leaderboard if you count the AAAs I punched in. Again, though, not like it matters. This isn't going to save that. Was that just the first stage, though? I know in the manual it said that there were 8 stages for the 32X mode. Okay, no. 32X mode, level 1, First Blood. Advance on the cruiser starfield, taking out 15 TIE fighters in your first encounters in space. Check. Level 2, Dogfight 1. Demolish their advanced squads of TIE fighters while avoiding or damaging giant destroyers. Check. Level 3, Surface Ops. That's where I got. You've been spotted. Ferocious resistance counters your assault on the Death Star's surface. You'll need 10 trigger fingers and eyes in the back of your head to survive this massacre. That is the truth. And then level 4, Death Star Trenches. Level 5, Dogfight 2. Level 6, Super Star Destroyer. Level 7, Search and Destroy. And level 8, Death Star. And then, of course, the arcade mode has 4 levels. Level 1, Dogfight. Level 2, Super Star Destroyer. Level 3, Surface Ops. And level 4, Death Star. So it seems like 32X mode is basically arcade mode plus 4 additional stages. At least one of which, maybe even 2, are just kind of maybe variations or duplications of pre-existing levels, pre-existing stages. But, I don't know, the game looks pretty good for what it is. I mean, you gotta think this came out in, well, I mean, PlayStation came out a year later, so it doesn't look so hot, I guess, but in comparison to a lot of the stuff on the Genesis and the SNES at the time, turbo graphics, whatnot, looks pretty good. And the game is kind of fun, but I don't know, that kind of wore thin. That's the only sort of game play type there is, just piloting the X-Wing and shooting down TIE fighters. That third level just wasn't a lot of fun. It seemed like there were, for as many TIE fighters as they wanted me to shoot down in the, 3 minutes, it did not seem like they were very prevalent until the very end, whenever, like I said, it kind of was either time to catch up or time to, call it quits anyways, because you were too far gone through the first stage. But I've literally only played this game for 30 minutes. I don't have the great strategies or whatnot, so who can say? Probably if I spent some more time with it, maybe I'd develop more strategies. And this is a game that was fun enough that I wouldn't mind returning to. But for the time being, I think I'm done with it. At least for this video. In recap, this was I was about to call it Super Star Wars. That's a different Star Wars game. This was Star Wars Arcade on the Sega 32X. It was a launch title. Came out in 1994. And this was John from mybrainongames.com. You can find me there. You can find me here on YouTube. John Engelman, JOHN ENGELMAN. And you can find me on Twitter with the same name. Same Twitter handle. Anyways, thank you for watching, and please come back. Bye-bye.